Moving on to East Africa, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has met with Rwandan President Paul Kagame, whose country is hosting the Commonwealth Leaders meeting in Kigali. Johnson's office later said the leaders discussed a number of issues, including their government's cooperation on migration to the UK. Just days before the visit, the European Court of Human Rights halted plans by Johnson's government to deport people seeking asylum in Britain to Rwanda.
Is a plan that I think is absolutely necessary, right, to fix the problem of illegal cross-channel trafficking of people whose lives are being put at risk by the gangs. And you've got to break the business model of the gangs. It's totally the right thing to do. But I think what people need to understand, what the critics of the policy need to understand, and that I've seen loads and loads of criticism, is that Rwanda has undergone an absolute transformation in the last couple of decades. Look, I hear them, and I think, if I may be so, I just think what they're basing their criticisms on a perception, perhaps a stereotype of Rwanda that is now outdated. And they should come here, as the heads of the Commonwealth governments are coming here today, see the kind of progress that Rwanda has made.
For more updates on the ongoing Commonwealth Leaders meeting in Kigali, a RISE correspondent, Leila Johnson-Salami, joins us now. Good morning, Leila. Good to see you.
Good morning, Tundun. Good morning, Dr. Abati. Good morning, Rafai. It's great to be with you again.
Well, the opening ceremony is ongoing. Tell us more.
So the opening ceremony, as you said, is ongoing. It's about an hour in right now, Tundu. Now, this is a very, very high-level event. Pretty much the heads of governments, the main business leaders. In fact, security is very tight today. It was actually a struggle for us to even get into the center. But of course, we managed to do so. The opening ceremony pretty much kicks off the high-level executive closed-door meetings that are going to be taking place today and tomorrow. Now, these meetings are pretty much going to bring everything together that's been discussed at the different forums throughout this week, and leaders are going to come together to try and make commitments based on what has been discussed. So tomorrow evening, they're going to be holding a press conference, and that's when we're going to find out more about what's been going on throughout these closed-door meetings that are kicking off any moment now. So the update that I have for you today isn't as big as the update that I had for you yesterday, as not much is going on except for these high-level closed-door meetings. So once the opening ceremony is over in about an hour's time, like I said, that's going to kick off, and that's going to go on for the rest of the day. I must also say that the Commonwealth Fashion Week is still ongoing, so CHOGM delegates are going to be attending that at different centres across Kigali today and tomorrow as well.
Well, the papers today are reporting that President Muhammadu Buhari met on the sidelines of the CHOGM meeting with Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Do you have any additional details on that?
Dr. Abati, I can't give you all the details. I do know that the State House came out with a press release. Yesterday, President Muhammadu Buhari was supposed to speak, or was put in the program as supposed to speak at two events. But we had Dr. Osagie Hanire, our health minister, speaking instead. We then found out later that Muhammadu Buhari, our president, had meetings on the sidelines, bilateral meetings with leaders like Boris Johnson, etc. I'm really sorry to say that I can't give you all the details of that right now, but I do know that these conversations were around Nigeria's economic development, investments into Nigeria, the UK, and what the UK is trying to embody in a post-Brexit world. You know, ever since the UK left the EU, the Commonwealth is pretty much what the UK is trying to hold on to and trying to build back. So these conversations would have been around that and within that sphere, and I'm sure they were very progressive indeed. President Muhammadu Buhari is going to be having several more bilateral meetings today, I believe, as well, with other leaders, other global leaders from other countries as well, to speak about investments, ways in which we can channel investments into Nigeria. That's a huge thing for us at CHOGM 2022 this year. So I'm sure that's right at the forefront of these discussions. And of course, he's not having them alone. He's leading the Nigerian delegation this week. We have several ministers here and members of government who are also sitting in bilateral meetings and summits discussing investments, discussing economic recovery, discussing food security in Nigeria, which is a huge issue for us as well. And all of these are the conversations that are coming up. Now, it would be great to know exactly what the outcome is for Nigeria, either today or tomorrow, and to see what commitments as well Nigeria has decided to make at CHOGM 2022 this year.
Well, thank you very much, Leila Johnson Salami, for the great work you continue to do. Thank you very much indeed.